Hello, everybody. This is Mirza Ari Kalam. Welcome to my channel, All About Jobs. I'm creating a new playlist where I will be talking about few interview questions which are very common and no interview can supersede or go ahead without answering these questions. A candidate has to answer and face these particular questions. So, the first question that I'm going to decode today and tell you how to answer them properly, because all of these questions, each video that I will be creating, these are very standard and common questions. If you want to crack an interview, if you want to grab a job, these questions are a must. You should know how to answer them in the best possible manner. The first question in this first video of the playlist interview tips that I'm going to help you with is, tell me something about yourself. Quite a funny question, right? Although the interviewer has your resume and has probably gone through it multiple times before calling you for a face to face round, yet, believe me, no interview across the globe, under the sun, in this planet, in this world, can supersede without going through the burp of this question. As a candidate, you have to face this question and you have to answer it well to ensure the interviewer is impressed and asks you to wait and asks you other questions to continue the interview. Well, there are favorable reasons why this simple question, tell me something about yourself, is asked. It never goes out of fashion. Until eternity, this question is going to be asked to candidates by hiring managers. So, firstly, let's understand what's the intention behind asking this question, tell me something about yourself. Now, first, let's understand what's the intention behind asking this question in the interviews, which is tell me something about yourself. It is easily understood that the hiring manager does not want you to talk about all your achievements or accomplishments. You might have won the world and moved mountains, but believe me, your hiring manager does not give a rat's taste to it. So, it is advisable that you only talk about the extra or beneficial things which you can bring to the table that would make his, her, or their job easier and would help the company grow having you in their team. So I have divided how you can answer this particular question, tell me something about yourself in interviews, into 5 C's. If you follow these 5 C's, I am dead sure that you will crack any interview, you will impress any interviewer, and you will definitely grab the job offer. Let's go ahead and see the first C, which is confidence. Well, my friend, if you are not confident of what you have done in your life, be it the skills that you have gained, the experience that you have had in the various companies that you have worked for, or the projects that you have encountered, it becomes very, very, very difficult for the other party to invest their belief in you. Therefore, whenever you enter an interview room, make sure you enter with a warm smile. Then, sit properly. Never slouch. It shows that you are not confident at all. After that, talk with full power and confidence. Don't be too loud, don't be too bleak. Talk as if you know your subject and you are the best in that particular role. Okay? You have to show it to the hiring manager you are the best, you have an edge, and that's the reason you are here. And you should be expecting the job after the interview is over. Next C is correctness. Now, there are loads of fake profiles which are created only for the purpose of clearing interviews. However, they don't help in the long run because interviewers are far more smarter than candidates. That's the reason they are there to interview and hire you. They are judging you for everything that you do in your interview, and after that they will be selecting the best candidate who performs the best in the interview round. You might have the skills, you might have the knowledge, but if you're not performing in the interview and showing yourself, you have to present yourself, you have to, in other words, sell yourself as the best bet for the hiring manager for that particular position. If you're able to do that, then you got it. Bingo. After this, the third C is consciousness. Well, even the best of best candidates fail to clear interview rounds. You know why? Because they are not aware. They might have the best skills, they might be the most knowledgeable person in the room, but they have to be aware as to which of their skills and knowledge can be best used when and where. If they are able to do that, then they are touted to be the best candidate. Else, they will be thought to be foolish people who don't know how to utilize themselves. No hiring manager or team manager would want to have such a person who needs to be told every time that do this, use your skill, this skill here, that skill there, use your knowledge when you 20 years or 5 years back with the knowledge that you gained is applicable here. No team manager has the time and energy or the will to tell a particular team member to do that. Therefore, you have to be aware and you have to showcase this in the interview round. How you can showcase? Maybe you can talk about a problem that you solved in your previous organization, which you had to do impromptu, right? And we will talk about this when we deal with the subject. Tell me about your strength and weaknesses, or maybe tell us about a problem that you solved independently or in a team, which you're proud of. Cool. For the time being in this video, let's move on to the fourth C, which I name as coverage. Now, always keep in mind that the skills and knowledge you mention needs to be rational and practical. Your skills should be enough to cover all the tasks that are mentioned in the JD. That's the reason I always advise candidates that download a particular copy of the JD one day before the interview and go through it multiple times. See which are the skills that fit best in that job description. You might be the best chef, but if you're going to interview for the position of a software engineer, that skill is not even remotely applicable. So if you say that in the interview, sooner or later, you will be shown the exit door, and of course, you will not get the job. Understood? Now, the last one and the most important one, which is commitment. Now, every organization wants employees who will be loyal and committed to their jobs and the company. So, if you have a lot of frequent job changes mentioned in your CV, make sure you justify them. And few of the reasons how you can justify them is maybe you can directly say that due to the pandemic, many companies were laying off their particular certain employees, and I was one of them, unfortunately. So I had to resign. Fair enough answer. After this, another example may be the company was shifting bases. That is, the company was shifting to a different location, and I was not comfortable, prepared maybe at that particular point of time, right then and there, to shift to a different location. So it's always advisable that you make sure how you can justify if you have mentioned a company that you have left in 6 months, 1 year, why you have to prepare this one day before you face an interview, else you will be doomed, you will not get the job. Because if you appear to them, to the interviewers, that you're not prepared enough and you don't know why you have switched jobs, you will be termed as a, or basically thought as a fickle minded person who is always ready to change jobs just for the sake of it. You don't want to be, you don't want to appear like that. So make sure you have you have proper answers for each of your job changes and each of the qualifications you have gained. For example, if you're going for say for example, there's a particular opening for a software engineer and you have done a course in HR, maybe a certificate course in HR. How would you justify that? You simply say that this course in HR was good enough for me because it taught how to manage team members, right? So that's the reason I took, and I think HRs manage people well, and a course for HRs was applicable for me because I wanted to become a team efficient team leader. Likewise, you need to tailor your answers. The key motive of the century old question, tell me something about yourself, is to strike a conversation. Okay, because you don't know the interviewer doesn't know you. And in the next 5 to 10 minutes, with the help of a few questions, they need to come to a decision whether to hire you or not. So, this is the best way to strike a conversation with anybody. So even if you meet somebody in the metro station, even if you meet a relative for the first time, maybe you ask, "What do you do? Tell me something. What do you do? How's your day like?" So this is a very formal question, a very good question that has been there for ages, and it will be there till eternity, till the time jobs are there, till the time interviews happen. So you need to prepare your answers and tailor your answers accordingly. 5 C's that I have told you, namely confidence, correctness, consciousness, coverage, and commitment. If you're able to frame your questions around these particular 5 C's, I am sure You will crack any interview, you will get the job. Now, let's say, for example, I give you an example. If I go to an interview, how do I appear for that interview? I'm asked, tell me something about yourself. I start off, firstly, I sit in a very firm position. Okay. I'm not too rigid. I am not too free. I am in a formal manner. I sit in the chair properly. I face the interviewer. I smile. The interviewer asks, tell me something about yourself. I start off with my full name. To give you a complete example, hi, good afternoon. Myself, Mirza Ari Kalam. I have been born and brought up in Calcutta, and it's been almost 10 years in Delhi that I have been here for my professional commitments. I have worked in so company, and my responsibilities were majorly as per the job description that I have read for this particular role. And I feel I am the perfect fit for this as I have the necessary skills, I have the necessary experience, and I can showcase that if you give me a chance to. Okay, once you say this particular four lines, so you have to start off with the best four lines that express you as a professional person. That's it. After that, if the interviewer says a little bit more, then you can go to your hobbies. Then you can say the places you have traveled, maybe maybe your interests, and you can tailor it again. Make sure each and every line that you speak is as per the job description, as per the job profile. As I said, if you're going for the role of a software engineer and you say that I am the best chef, I can cook chicken curry or I can cook mutton rogan josh, the interviewer might ask you to give me a number and call me when you're free, but you will definitely not get the job. Okay. Now let's take a few examples. For example, mm, say there's a fresher, he doesn't have any experience. What does he do? Now he's going for the interview of a content developer. So in your college life, in your school life, you can cite examples from that, which will showcase that you are passionate for this particular role, and the interviewer can risk and take you for a certain salary, and you will prove him correct that yes, he has done a correct decision. He has taken the right decision of hiring you for this particular role. So maybe in your college days, every college has a magazine. So you can say that I was the chief editor. I was a regular contributor for my particular college magazine, and writing is my passion. I've also written a book. Maybe I'm writing a book which I intend to publish this year, and I love reading. So words are always that fascinate me. Hence, I think I will be able to do justice and help in attaining the commercial and financial goals of this company by producing good content. After this, maybe for a designer role, maybe if you're going for interviewing, if you're interviewing for the position of a graphic designer, again in college or school days, this is for freshers I'm talking. They don't have any company experience. This is the first job and they've gone for an interview. So what does a designer, a fresher designer can say? That I was a designer in my particular college, and I used to design my college walls. Or maybe he or she can showcase a few designs which she has done for his particular home. Yes, designing, that's definitely done. And these days social media is very famous, very useful. You can have an Instagram page and showcase your designs there. But these are designs I have done, this is my profile, you can check out, and I'll definitely add on value by using my designing skills to your company. And your company, I'll make it more beautiful over the internet and showcase, your clients will be impressed, and this is how I'll be useful. Fair enough, right? So these are a particular examples. Now we have come to the end, almost the end of this video. Just to recapitulate, I'll say, whenever you frame answers, firstly you have to be prepared. One day before your interview, make sure you download the job description and check out which are the skills and experiences you will be talking about, so that it draws a, it's not a parallel line, but of course it's a common circle between the job description and your particular job skills and experiences. And practice in front of the mirror, practice in front of the camera, record it, hear it, watch it yourself. Are you impressed? Will you be okay as an interviewer? step into the interviewer's shoes and see, will you be impressed with this candidate if you are the hiring manager? If not, practice. With practice, everything will be there. You don't need to be a VJ, you don't need to be a radio jockey for this. But of course, as a common professional person, the least that an interviewer can expect is expressing yourself in the best communicating mode. Okay, and this is something that you have to have for your entire life. If you are not able to communicate yourself, and if you are not able to tell something about yourself, then it's very difficult for the other party to think that you will be able to do the job well. Okay, just a little bit of recapitulation. Modify all your answers as per the role, as per the company. Okay, don't be too friendly. This is the first time you are meeting that particular person, and he is your interviewer, he's not your friend, right? It's not a right swap and then you're meeting that person. So learn to maintain professional approach. Smile, don't giggle or laugh too loud. Okay, don't be too loud, don't be too submissive, like you could not hear me, right? So don't be like that. You have to be confident, you have to speak in a particular tone, a very friendly tone, and you have to be amicable. Okay, your interviewer should not hesitate or think that should I ask this question to this particular candidate. You should be free, you should come across as a very friendly, amicable person. And while introducing yourself, these are particular words like amicable, go-getter, trendsetter, team person, ability to work under pressure. These are certain things which you can infuse, and while preparing this particular answer, you can put in these words. It impresses every interviewer. Talk and converse, never recite. So, as I said, as we said in the beginning, that every interviewer has your biodata and has gone through it a number of times before calling you. There's no point repeating those and wasting their particular time and energy repeating the same information, your qualifications and your hobbies and your particular things. That's the reason this question arises. Again, another interview question. Tell me something which is not in your CV. I'll definitely answer that in the next couple of videos. Keep a track of that. And so this is how you answer it. As I said, you need not be the best communicator in this world. You need not be a VJ, MTV VJ or Channel V VJ. You need not be a Red FM jockey, Red FM radio jockey. But of course, you should be able to present yourself as a good person, a person who will be embraced by everybody, a person who will like to work with everybody, a team player, and definitely with the skills and knowledge as per the job description, you will be able to do justice if you're selected. If you can showcase this in the interview, I bet you will come out of the interview room with the biggest smile and, of course, the job in your hand. If you have received any value through this video, and if you feel that I should make more videos, which I will definitely make in this playlist, there will be series of 15 videos with 15 interview questions, then I would request you to please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends. Thank you so much. All the very best in your professional life, in your personal life. Until we meet again in another video. Thank you so much.